Hi, Susan.
Hi, Don.
Thanks for doing this interview with me.
Thanks for coming.
So, Susan is the proprietor of La Sombra
Del Sabino.
Why did you come to Mexico, and Tepoztlán in particular?
Well, for two reasons. One, I got married to a Mexican. He didn't want to come to Mexico, but I was dying to live in another country. And two, I had a dream when I was around 10 years old, and it was very vividly Mexico. And I thought, that means something. So I insisted that we come to Mexico, and Tomas acquiesced, and here we are after 36 years.
And why Tepoztlán?
Well, we first went to Mexico City, where Tomas is from, and we spent about 5 years there. And Tomas's father is also an architect, and he had a job in Tepoztlán. We came to visit, and I fell in love, and I thought someday I would like to live in Tepoztlán. And lo and behold, years later, we found a way to move to Tepoztlán.
Great. And so you're from Southern California originally.
Worked very hard at being a speech and language pathologist, but then branched out when my children were young to giving creative art English classes, which worked out very well. That really segued from my career because I was able to use sign language, and I play the guitar, and I know a lot of children's songs, and I felt like my creative outlet was really creative English class. And that's when the bookstore developed.
What year did you first open La Sombra?
In 2005.
Great. And did you have a vision for all these parts that it developed into?
No, it actually wasn't my vision. I had two partners at that time. Bridget wanted to have a sort of a small magazine and selected books with brownies and tea. And Sheila was interested in using some of her skills after she had retired from L'Oreal, the makeup and hair care company. And so we decided to launch into it, really not knowing where it would go or what it would be. And we learned a lot about working with partners in an association, and also a lot about philosophy and what our ideas about providing a service to the community are.
Yes, you're very community-oriented in my experience. It's like a fixture here, a cultural fixture. And you have so many parts. I don't think I could name them all even of what goes on here.
There are three major parts. It's books and well-chosen, I guess you could say, gifts and art objects, and of course the cafe restaurant is an important part of it as well.
But I've also experienced giving community meetings here, which you allowed for free and didn't even want people to necessarily even buy a coffee when I mentioned it. That's pretty amazing to support the community like that.
It's people call it a cultural center. It can be considered that, I think.
Yes, sure, yeah. You have music and artwork, sculpture, and then the catered events and over in the corner with workshops sometimes in there.
We also do private catered events, which I just have that on my mind right now because someone has asked me for an event for Teachers' Day. They're the primary school teachers here in Tepoztlán, and they want to come and have lunch for 70 people. That'll be interesting.
How nice, yeah. I don't see that many Tepoztecos here, and that would be that community, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there are a lot more.
Yeah.
There are a lot more. There is a lot more inclusivity now than there was when we started.
Well, good. Catered events include the hosting part of the venues for the Under the Volcano, the International Bilingual Annual Conference.
Exactly. We always welcome them with open arms, prepare for them months in advance, and then when they get here, we usually do the first weekend.
And do you have anything else that compares to that happens regularly?
Not really as large. That one really involves a maximum is probably 100, 120 people, so that is pretty large. But no, we don't have recurring things. We used to do Orchid Fair, but they found another venue. And we also had a period where we had organic market here, but that has also.
And I remember sculpture exhibit,
Yeah,
and things like that.
We still do that. We still do sculpture and painting.
But I mean, this was a whole
theater.
exhibit of many artists. The whole property was covered. That was a special event, I thought. So do you have any visions for the future of La Sombra?
Two plans. We'd like to have a proper place to have a gallery, an indoor gallery, rather than just our outdoor area. And we also would like, which has always been in the plan, is to make a proper children's space, which includes an indoor library, bookstore for children especially, only, and outdoor climbing structures, and maybe a gravel pit and a sandbox and things like that.
Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. You're quite a trooper, and I wish you the best, and for La Sombra del Sabino, of course.
Thank you, Don.